You know how your parents always say, this house has good bones? That's what my mom said when we moved into the old Callaway place last August. Good bones, solid foundation. What she didn't mention was the thing in the walls that learned how to whisper, I'm 17. I don't believe in ghosts. I believe in AP chemistry, student loans, and the fact that my little brother Leo won't stop stealing my Adderall. But after 3 months in that house, I now believe that some frequencies don't die. They just wait for someone young enough to hear them. Let me back up. The house is in a suburb outside Columbus, Ohio. It's one of those 1,920 seconds for squares, with a wraparound porch and a basement that smells like a wet dog died of regret. My dad got a transfer, so we had to move fast. The price was stupid cheap. Like, are there bodies in the yard cheap? But my parents aren't superstitious. They're accountants. The first night, I was unpacking boxes in my new room, the one at the end of the hall, farthest from the stairs. My brother Leo is only 9. He got the room next to mine. And because he's 9 and still afraid of the dark, my mom set up the old baby monitor in his room. Not the video kind, the old 900 megahertz audio only kind. The receiver sat on my nightstand like a plastic tumor, just for a week, Mom said. So he feels safe. Yeah, safe. Night 1, I heard static. That's normal. Old monitors pick up everything, neighbors, cordless phones, police scanners, even someone's microwave 2 blocks over. I fell asleep to the sound of Leo snoring and the low hiss of dead air. At 17 am, I woke up cold. Not shivering cold, wrong cold. The kind where your brain screams that the temperature dropped 15 degrees in 1 second. The baby monitor was glowing green. A voice came through. Not Leo single quotes s.it was a woman's voice, but not like a person. Like a recording of a recording, she said. Tell him to stop drawing on the walls. I sat up so fast I pulled a muscle in my neck. The room was empty. Just me, my phone, and that little white plastic speaker hissing. I checked the hallway. Leo's door was open. He was dead asleep, one leg hanging off the bed, drooling on his Minecraft pillow. The walls of his room were clean. No crayon, no marker, nothing. I told myself it was interference. A neighbor's baby monitor on the same frequency. Some tired mom talking to her husband. It happens. I went back to sleep, but night 2, it happened again. Same time, 2:17 am, the monitor crackled, and the voice came back, clearer now, like she was standing right next to the microphone in Leo's room. Except Leo was quiet. His breathing was slow. He hadn't moved. He drew her again. On the closet door, tell him to stop before she wakes up. I grabbed my phone and turned on the flashlight. I walked to Leo's room. The closet door was shut. I opened it. Inside, nothing. Just his shoes, some board games, and a dusty old mirror leaning against the back wall. But on the inside of the closet door, drawn in what looked like pencil, was a stick figure, a little girl with no mouth, and next to her, the word, hi. My blood went cold, not metaphorically. I felt a drain from my face. Leo cannot draw that well. His stick figures look like potatoes with toothpicks. This was neat, deliberate. And the pencil? We didn't own a pencil. We used mechanical pens and laptops. I scrubbed it off with my sleeve. The graphite smeared like ash. I didn't sleep the rest of the night. The next morning, I asked Leo, did you draw on your closet door? He was eating Fruit Loops. He looked at me with those big 9-year-old eyes and said, no, but the girl in the mirror did. She said you're loud when you sleep. I laughed. I had to laugh. Because if I didn't laugh, I was going to drive my car into the nearest 7-Eleven and never come home. But here's the thing about horror for people our age. It's not the jump scares. It's the realization that the adults won't help. I told my mom. She said, it's an old house. Pipes settle. You're stressed about school. I told my dad. He said, turn the monitor off if it bothers you, like I hadn't tried that. Like the monitor wasn't turning itself back on. At 2:17 am every single night, Volume knob slowly rotating on its own. By night 5, I didn't sleep at all. I sat in my room with my back against the headboard, watching the monitor. At 2:17, it clicked on. Static, then breathing. Not Leo's. Deeper. Wet, the woman said. She's in your closet now. Not his. Yours. I didn't look. I am not stupid. I am not the girl in the horror movie who opens the closet. I grabbed my keys, my wallet, and my brother, and I drove us to Denny's at 2:30 in the morning. Leo ate a Grand Slam while I drank 4 cups of coffee and shook. We came home at sunrise. My parents didn't even know we'd left. The next week was a nightmare of escalation. The voice started coming through the monitor even when it was unplugged. I'd be doing homework, and the speaker would hiss, and she'd say things like, "She likes your necklace," or "Don't leave your water glass open. She drinks from it." Little things. Gaslighting things. The kind of horror that makes you doubt your own mind. I started recording the monitor with my phone. I had proof. Static. A voice. I showed my best friend Maya during 5th period. She listened. Her face went gray. "That's not a neighbor," she said. "Neighbors don't know about your closet. Maya's mom is into crystals and spiritual hygiene. I don't believe in that stuff." But Maya made me do a thing. She lit a sage stick over Facetime and had me walk through every room saying, "You are not welcome here." I felt stupid, but I did it. That night, the monitor didn't hiss. It screamed, not a person scream, an electronic scream, a screech like 1,000 nails on 1,000 chalkboards. Leo burst into my room crying. My parents ran in, and in the middle of the noise, the monitor went quiet, and a little girl's voice, not the woman's, a child said clearly, sweetly, like she was asking for a glass of milk, "That didn't work. Now I'm in your phone too." My phone buzzed. I looked down. The screen was black except for a single line of text in the Notes app, an app I hadn't opened. It said, "Check the attic." My dad finally believed me. Not because of the voice. Because my phone was factory reset 3 months ago and has never been on the house Wi-Fi. I use data because I'm not an idiot. He went up to the attic with a flashlight and a bad attitude. The attic is a crawl space above the 2nd floor. It's where the previous owners left junk, old suitcases, a broken rocking chair, and a cardboard box taped shut with yellowing tape. Inside the box, a photo album, a woman, a little girl, and a newspaper clipping from 1994, mother charged in death of daughter 6. Body found in wall of family home. The girl's name was Emily. The mother's name was Carol. Carol had postpartum psychosis that never got treated. She believed Emily was drawing things that let bad things in. She sealed Emily inside a crawl space behind the closet. Emily drew on the walls until she couldn't anymore. Then Carol stayed in the house for 3 more years, talking to the baby monitor, pretending Emily was still alive. The newspaper said Carol died in 1997, in the same house, of natural causes, but the monitor kept working. And so did Emily, not as a ghost, as something else. Something that learned from its mother's voice. Something that figured out how to talk through frequencies, through screens, through the thin walls of a teenager's bedroom at 17 am. We moved out 2 weeks later. My dad doesn't talk about it. My mom pretends it was a rental dispute. Leo still sleeps with the lights on, but here's the part I don't tell anyone. Last week, I was at Maya's house. I got a notification, a voicemail from an unknown number. No voicemail should come through. I have spam blocking on. I played it anyway. Static, then breathing, then a little girl's voice, older now, like she's been practicing. "You forgot the mirror in your room, the one you left behind. I can see your new house from here. Don't worry, I'll wait until you're 17 and have a little brother again. That's my favorite age." I checked my call log. The voicemail was time-stamped to 17 am, the day we moved. I haven't told my parents. What are they going to do? Call the police on a ghost? Buy a new phone? She's already in this one, and right now, as you're reading this, I want you to look at your own phone. Check the time. Look at the screen. Is it to 17? Probably not, but listen. Put your ear to the speaker. Do you hear that? Hissing and breathing, and a little girl asking if you have any siblings.